All. You are all. Live your truth, find your peace. You are all. All. All am I, am all. Energy to energy, us to all, union without thought, in direct bliss with all. Be inspired to be all. Be inspired. Welcome to You Are All. This is a book that I wrote as a result of a long trip in a motorhome I took around the American West, and it was very much a spiritual transformation for me. And I came to a deep understanding of our connection with the universe, that I am all and all is me. You are all and all is you. And what I fundamentally believe about the nature of our being is that the whole of the universe is energy, and we are energy. And we might not know exactly the form that energy takes. We're still investigating aspects like dark matter and the nature of subatomic particles. But we know that it's energy, whether it's light, matter, movement, ideas even. These are all forms of energy. And what I believe is that there are various ways in which we perceive this energy. There are three ways. We perceive it through our senses. We feel it, we see it, we touch this book, see the light. The second way is this scientific analysis of energy. You know, we look through electron microscopes, we analyze the nature of matter. And the third way is spiritually. We have a spiritual understanding of the nature of reality. Now, to me, these are not in contradiction. They're not in conflict. That our spiritual understanding, our scientific and our sensory understandings all need to be compatible and need to be the same. They need to be consistent. They need to explain each other. They cannot be in conflict. If they're in conflict, then there's something wrong. So in You Are All, I really look at the ways in which I feel energy interacts and interpenetrates, that everything in the world is really an interaction between each other. So the trees are interacting with the soil, interacting with the sky. The birds are interacting with the trees and the sky and the soil as well. The plants are interacting with the birds. We're interacting with everything else around us. And that is both our mind and our bodies. So everything is interaction, interpenetration is change. There's no such thing as something remaining static. That if we think of, say, a ball, and we think, okay, this ball has existed for a number of years and is the same and is unchanged. Well, it isn't unchanged. It has started to decay. It has moved position. Atoms have come into it and have left it. It has changed in many ways. It may be slightly less inflated than it was before. So everything is in a state of change. The earth is in a constant state of change. Anything that we think of as a balance is merely a temporary state in this continuing process of change. And that applies to our minds and our psyches and to our thoughts. Everything changes. And so because of that, there cannot be anything that is perfect. There cannot be anything that is unchanging, because perfection in itself implies that it is static, that it is unchanging. Because if it is perfect, why should it change? So the very nature of anything perfect, of anything unchanging, of anything absolute, of anything that is beyond these basic principles of energy, I think are false. That they cannot really be how we can spiritually understand the world. And therefore, that is the whole basis of why I reject notions of gods, of souls, of all these accoutrements that we have built up around our spirituality. To me, our spiritual being is very simple. It's a pure and direct relationship between us and the world around us. Without any interpretation, without any gurus, without anyone telling us how to believe, what to believe, without any holy books, without any prophets, that each of us individually understands our direct relationship with all around us. And it is coming to that awareness and understanding the way in which we are all and all is us that I think is the fundamental aspect of enlightenment and awareness and a spiritual life. There's no need, to me, for any gods or heavens or hells or karma or rebirths or any of this plethora of nonsense that we build up around our spiritual beliefs. It's a simple, direct communion between me and the world, me and all around. And it is that direct communion that is the very heart of my spirituality and what I believe is the very heart of spirituality as a whole. Now, I very much believe that we all have our own individual paths, and I believe in that very powerfully. And this is another reason why I think that the idea that we should follow gurus or a holy book or one particular prophet or follow some words that were written thousands of years ago is denying us our freedom and our individuality to pursue our own spirituality in the way that we want to. So again, I am very much for freeing us to explore our own spiritual paths, each of us on our own, in our own individual way. I do believe that there are many spiritual paths, and I do believe that many great teachers have experienced enlightenment and awareness, and I think we can learn an awful lot from them. But I feel that we need to not expect some guru or some teacher, some priest, some religious leader to do all the work for us. We tend to be very lazy. We tend to want people to have provided answers for us. And I think we really need to move away from that and move into the realm of each directly pursuing our own paths and finding what is true for ourselves. And that's really what You Are All is about. It's not a prescription. It's not a set number of rules. It's very much trying to free us, really trying to free us from the belief systems that are around us and say, go your own way, follow your own path, find your own spirituality.